So here's our 1,100 square foot garden. We have this on the back side of our home. We have a little entryway here from our breezeway. A little pergola over here. We also have over 125 fruiting trees. So if you want to check out any of our food forest videos, we grow all kinds of fruits and vegetables on our property. So we're going to go ahead and start right here with our 2 raised beds in our green stalk garden. Over here is our tea and medicinal garden. We have all kinds of things. We have some echinacea that we started here that we have popping up. We have some nasturtiums. We have some mullein. I just put down some mulch. I didn't want to have heavy mulch in this garden because we were direct sowing all of our seeds here. So we are starting to get some coming up there. My calamine did not germinate. Neither did my lemon balm. So we're going to try that again in spring. We've also had some pretty cold nights here where we have not covered, not freezing temperatures, but pretty close. So I'm not sure if those would be sensitive to that or not. We also have some ashwagandha. I have something popping up here. I'm not sure what it is, if that's our ashwagandha, but I know it takes a while to germinate. I also have some white yarrow that is coming up. I'm going to totally ruin this name, so I'm not even going to say it. I've said it right and I've said it wrong before. I also put a couple bulbs here for flowers, just for pops of color. I also have some borage. That's looking really nice. And please excuse all this, looks like a little dust, and my husband decided he was going to cut this tree here and trim it back and just totally ripped apart my beautiful tobacco plant. Gosh, I wish y'all could have seen it. It was amazing. They didn't grow this good in my garden last year, so I wanted to show you guys that. Feverfew. I've got some feverfew popping up. I also have some Perenella vulgaris. Y'all, usually I try to Google these names to say them properly, but even if I do that, I'm going to mess them up. So I'm going to show you the tags. We also have some marshmallow popping up here. Looks like I got some bugs that are coming on that. We also have different flowers for color in here, and this tobacco plant, look at it. It was all the way this high. These beautiful leaves. So that was really cool, but not so much anymore. I also had some space up front here to throw some carrots, so we went ahead and just threw that just to fill our space. And I also have a green leaf tea plant here. It is so slow growing. Oh, I forgot we have also candula here, and can't remember what I planted over there. But so far everything is doing well. And then over here on this green stalk vertical garden, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that I have 10 of these in my garden, and they are so fun to garden with. They are my #1 affiliate product that I have here in our garden. We've used for, gosh, about 3 years now, and I absolutely love them. So if this is something that interests you, you can pretty much grow any fruits and vegetables from these. You can save $10 with my coupon code SD10. So here we have a little bit of strawberry tower with some flowers at the bottom. We've got all kinds of strawberries coming in. This is actually the reason why I purchased my first green stalk, is to grow strawberries, because they just grow so well. You don't have to worry about the fruits sitting on the ground. And look how beautiful they just kind of fall over. They're so easy to harvest, so easy to grow. So those are all starting to come in, and I can't wait to start eating some of those. My kids have already been picking a few off of our green stalk garden. Now over here in this Fago garden bed, we have some beautiful bok choy. This is so fun to grow. Look at how beautiful these are. Look at that. So I have several of them here. They are ready to harvest. So probably after this video, I'm going to go ahead and harvest those. And what we're going to do with them is we'll mix them in with our salads. I'll make some soup, maybe some yum yum soup, something with a Chinese flair, maybe some stir fry, and we'll mix that in there. We also have some onions that are growing in here. And we have a nice broccoli plant growing right here in the middle. I also direct sowed some parsley on both sides here because we eat a lot of parsley and I feel like I can never plant enough, so we're plugging parsley wherever we can. I also have some red cabbage growing throughout here for some pops of color. And this is my favorite kale. This is dinosaur kale. It's clearly ready to harvest. Our family loves kale chips and we love mixing it in with the salads. I also have some, I believe these are sugar snap peas along the edge here. I just love adding those in when we have space to kind of flow over. And over here we have, I believe we have some leeks or purple onions. I can't exactly remember, but we have a purple variety of onions here. And we have some more nasturtiums. Those will be really pretty as they get bigger to flow over. And I have a wonderful eggplant here that I need to pull back on the stake. Ooh, let's see. And we have some eggplants that are already slowly starting to come in. And I've got a really sad zinnia plant here. And then we have a tomato plant here. It looks really sad too. When I first started this tomato plant, I kind of just let it go and didn't stake it right away. Not sure what's going on up top though. I also have some sugar snap or sugar's daddy peas all along the edge here with some pentas for pops of color, some more kale, and of course our marigolds. Those are a nice pop of color, but also help keep the bugs at bay. So I really like how this bed is coming together. It's really filling in nicely. This typically ends up being my favorite bed of the year, always, when we have lots of pops of colors and I can fill the space with lots of vegetables. And I'm going to go over here to our other green stalk vertical garden. This is my garden that we have all different herbs and of course some flowers in there for pops of color. This we have on our patio because it's just easy access when we are cooking. We love cooking with fresh herbs. The first garden I ever grew was just a pot, and a local nursery put 6 herbs in a tiny little pot, and it was so awesome to just come out and pick fresh herbs and add them to my meals. It made me feel like a chef. It made me feel like I went to a fancy restaurant. So it just grew into starting more vegetables and planting more things in our garden. But we have all kinds of things. We have oregano. I've got some Juani Llama. I've got a different kind of oregano. I've got Puerto Rican, and I have Cuban. I also have more parsley back in here, marigolds, some fun fall things in there still. And this has been fun. My little air purifying plant. I can't even remember what they are right now, but they started to flower. And we've been pulling little starts out of them and propagating them and putting them throughout the house. But we have some thyme here. We have some basil down here, along with some purple basil. I also have some cilantro back here. We can never grow enough cilantro. We also have some sage, more parsley, and these pentas are just looking beautiful. These attract butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds. I always catch hummingbirds coming and getting the nectar and the pollen out of these. I also have this cilantro. It's almost like a cilantro, and this thing has been going strong almost for, gosh, I would say about a year or more now. It just sits back here, and if I'm out of cilantro, I can harvest the leaves, and it tastes just like cilantro. And it's real great heat tolerant, especially for Florida. I really need to get some more in there. I have some empty pockets, so. Oh, and my baby sun rose. I trimmed it back. It was kind of taken over, but these are beautiful to just kind of let them flow out the green stalk vertical garden. Green stalk vertical gardens. And I'm so excited to show you guys this because I have failed at growing celery. Every year I've tried to. I've grown them in the ground. I've grown them in our Bago beds. But some of my a follower of mine said if you grow them in the top of the green stalk, they will do really well. So that's what I did. And they are growing fabulous. And what I like about them growing here is if I need a couple stalks, I can just grab a few off the edge and they'll continue to keep growing. I don't need to harvest the entire stalk and it still looks pretty. So I'm very happy with growing those there. We got some more down here. I also have some Transylvania garlic growing. Never been successful with garlic, but this garlic is supposed to be good for growing in our zone. Had a sweet garden friend share that with me. And we got some pepper plants down here. Probably one of my favorite things to grow in the green stalk. One of the favorite things to grow in the green stalk are peppers. I love sweet banana peppers. You can purchase the supports, which I'll show you here in a little bit on some of my other green stalks. It's just so easy to grow any kind of food that you need to trellis or stake. You don't have to worry about setting all that up in the ground and hoping it stays. The system just works really nice with how their system works. I also have some curly kale here with the collard green. Look how beautiful that is. And then look at how pretty my lavender is. We just have that trailing out the side. Here I probably should trim it up because I have some I have some peppers down there that probably aren't getting much sun, but look how pretty this is. Also, I've got an extra green tea plant there and some more peppers. Over here is our 7-tier green stalk vertical garden. In the rest of my garden, I have what's called a 5-tier, which you can pretty much grow anything in, no matter what size vegetable or root vegetable it is. But these 7-tier are smaller pockets, which is best for things like strawberries, herbs, lettuce, anything with a shorter root system. If you know that you want to have one of those, this is perfect for all those types of things. So over here, I've got all kinds of fun flowers, herbs. Look at this. Ooh, almost fell. Look at this nasturtium. Look at how crazy it's gone. It's trailing all the way down to the ground now. Andrea, look at my nasturtium. It's going crazy. So this is fun, and you can actually eat the leaves and flowers. I didn't know that until just a couple months ago. They kind of give like a spicy kick to it. I've got some strawberries starting to come in here and some basil. Now over here on my other green stalk garden, this is my lettuce garden. I have some that are going to seed. I really wanted to show you this in its glory about, oh, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. But we have been harvesting so much food from this. Now what I'm going to do is actually just cut these off and let them regrow. So when something goes to seed, when any of my lettuce goes to seed, I don't just pull it. I just cut it or snap it off like that and allow more to continue to grow. And my chickens will get this part. So here has gone to seed. So I'm literally just going to snap it off. It's probably best to use some shears for that. I've got some beautiful curly kale up here. We've been mixing this in our salads. Some beautiful red romaine. Look at how pretty this is. Got all kinds of different lettuces in here. I even have a collard green right there. Look how pretty this one is. So this is just my dedicated lettuce tower and salad tower, and it has been producing so much food for us. Now I eat a lot of salads. I eat a salad almost every day. Sometimes I'll eat 2 salads a day. It's just something I enjoy, and when it's fresh, it's just amazing, especially fresh from your garden. When you pick it in the morning, you're gonna have more nutrients in it than any lettuce bag at the store. So you're gonna get your vitamins from your garden, and it's gonna taste so much better. Right here we have another Greenstock Vertical Garden that I absolutely love. It's my only garden that I have just flowers in. This is just my decorative kind of focal point of the garden. I like to change it out through the year. Last year, if you want to look at any of my videos, excuse me, I had some pink flowers that looked beautiful in this. And I tried to find something that would be trailing, that would just kind of flow out like this. And I don't even know the name of this flower. I'll have to find a tag. But I really like the way it's looking. Again, we've had some cold temperatures. I've got a little bit of burning here. We also have had some really hot temperatures lately. So this is actually the basket weave. They also have basic, which is just like the rest of mine. So that looks really pretty. I want to get 2 more and put them at my entryway in our front entryway to our home. Now this one's I'm really excited to show you because this is our pea and green bean tower. And these are the supports I was telling you guys about. And they just sit right up here to support anything that's climbing or anything that's going to be heavy that needs a trellis or staking. So we have these on here for my green beans because as they get bigger, I don't want them breaking off. They'll just kind of flow over those support systems. And look how pretty my peas are in these flowers, and they're doing so good. We're about to head out on a winter vacation with our family. We're going to try some snow skiing and different things. And as soon as we get back, we're going to have loads and loads of green beans and peas. And I pray that we don't get any super cold weather while we are traveling. See, I need to get a support system on the bottom here to support those. Over here is our dedicated Greenstock Vertical Garden for carrots. And we had so much fun growing carrots last year in our Greenstock Vertical Garden. We only tried a few pockets and the kids couldn't believe how big they got and how wonderful they grew. Typically we just grow them in the ground, usually in this row, one of these 3 rows. We have nematodes that are always an issue. So at some point our carrots are getting ate up by nematodes no matter how much soil amendments and special things we're adding into the ground. We have found that with fresh soil, we can grow our carrots in here, and I'm going to go ahead and find one and pull it for you. So let's see. Look, I have thinned these. I don't know. I think you would have, maybe you could grow 8 carrots, I'd say, in a pocket or more. I clearly have more and have not thinned them like I probably should. Oh my. I'm going to have to hit pause. All right, guys, I had to hit pause because it was so hard. I had to use 2 hands to pull this carrot halfway up. Now look at this. What? Look at that carrot. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I could have let it grow a little bit more and it would have got so much bigger. So I planted these in November and they are already ready in early January. Usually it takes for us to get these kind of size carrots, it usually takes to March growing them in the ground. We are in sand. So yes, we put soil down and we try to amend our soil to make it nice. But the Greenstock Vertical Garden grows the food so much better, so much easier. It's easier to keep all of our amendments in one space and not let them leach through the ground. So this is why we're getting beautiful food. Wow, my kids are going to freak out and they're going to be mad that I actually harvested this without them. But this is done so well and I'm so excited. And I'm going to use this in some soup tonight. We'll get back to the rest of the garden here, but I also wanted to show you our tomato garden. Last year I grew a salsa garden in this one and decided I never can get enough tomatoes. So this year, instead of doing peppers on a tier, tomatoes and cilantro and onions, I decided to do all different micro tomatoes, except for the top. We have some onions growing. So we have 3 different varieties. I gotta find the tags here. Oh, these are doing so good. Look at this. So good. These are Siam tomatoes. This is what I always grow in our green stalks, but I also wanted to try different varieties. So I got Siam on these two, and then I have like a tiny Tim. Let's see. Yes, a tiny Tim tomato down below. And they almost kind of seem similar, but we're gonna just kind of, goodness, look at all these tomatoes. I need to get some stakes also on these to hold them up. My support systems are right here, and that's gonna be a chore for me to do tomorrow. But look at all these flowers that are coming here. We're already ready to harvest, guys. Holy cow. Look at this. Oh, wow. These are beautiful. Can somebody tell me what these are? Someone said that they're a bagworm, but I'm not 100% sure. So whenever I see them, I kind of just look at that. Like fur. It's got a little fur on the top. And I just kind of rip them apart and squish them. So if they're bagworms, you certainly don't want them on your tomatoes. And there's some tomatoes there underneath that are hiding. But this is doing so good. I'm so happy. Also with the cold weather coming, Greenstock Vertical Garden makes a easy frost cover. I'm gonna show it on the screen. Life has changed since I've kept frost sensitive items in my green stock, because it's so easy. I just come out here and throw this little tent over it and zip it up, and it is good to go. Before, I had to use frost cloth or bed sheets and make tents and build a tent and then throw anchors around the tent so they didn't blow away. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to get a green stock, make sure you look at the accessories, because all the accessories are awesome. They also have an automatic watering system. That's a game changer. All of my green stocks have an automatic watering system. Basically, I have them on a timer, and every day it waters them all together at once, along with my garden as well. So they have been great. I also have a green stock garden down by my chicken coop that I will come to in a little bit, but I'm going to show you what we have growing in this garden. Along here, I have some green onions growing. I also have some collard greens. I don't know the variety. I planted 2 varieties. I also have some collard greens over here. I believe these are Bonnie's Best. Oh, these are Morris Heading cabbage collard greens. So I wanted to see what those looked like versus my other ones that I usually get. I guess was I not able to get Bonnie's Best this year? Those are what I really like. Looks like I got some serious bug issues. Yeah, Bonnie's Choice. And I have some serious aphids going on. Those are aphids. You do not want them. I have not been treating for bugs because it's been so cold and I haven't really seen many. Like this plant over here has no problems. I don't see any aphids on them. But for some reason over here, I believe it's because they're sick. Maybe the aphids have gone to it. Over here, I planted some squash. I also planted squash over here. My puppy has dug them up a couple times. So they're kind of out of place, but we're teaching her to kind of stay out of the garden. She certainly does a great job at protecting the garden, keeping the squirrels and chasing whatever comes close to the garden away. But she does like digging in it. Over here we started some cabbage. They're very tiny. I definitely need to get to fertilizing there. Over here we have some tomatoes. These are Moneymaker tomatoes. They're my favorite tomatoes to grow in Florida. And it looks like, oh no, I definitely need to be spraying, guys. You don't want holes in your tomatoes. It has been so hard to take care of the garden through the holidays. Really, since November, actually from Thanksgiving to New Year's, life is just crazy. I think most people's lives are so busy during that time. We host a lot of people and do a lot of parties here, which we love. We have tons of kids come over, and we just love sharing our home and hosting. But it does take a lot of time away from the garden. So, but we do have tomatoes growing. We've got lots of tomatoes growing, and we have some tomatoes that are ready to pick down here. But these are money makers. It's a preferred choice of what I like to grow. And let's head over. I've got all kinds of different flowers in here, pentas. And on this side of the garden, I don't have anything exciting really to show you other than I have some more collard greens and flowers that my puppy likes chewing on. That's why you see they're pretty much flipped over and ripped apart. So I tried not to grow a whole lot in the ground this year because I wanted to keep it easy and just growing in my green stalks. So if a frost comes, I'm just throwing a cover over them, making it easy. Anything that I had in the ground, I wasn't worried about, like my collard greens. I'm not worried if it freezes. If I lose flowers, oh well. My cabbage will be fine. It's really just my squash and zucchini that I need to cover along with my tomatoes. Now I use Greenstock Gardens frost covers for my tomatoes. So you can actually use the frost covers for small plants, like small fruit trees, and they fit perfectly over those tomato plants. So here's my other Greenstock vertical garden. This is in the basket weave. It's a different color that I liked to use. Now this is what they call the Inventor's Bundle. So you have your 5 pockets, your larger pockets on the bottom, and then you have your smaller pockets on top. So that way you can grow a variety of different things. I decided I wanted to grow sweet potatoes down here because, as you can see, they're starting to vine up this chicken coop. Now in the summer we have some serious sun that comes and hits this coop, and I wanted something that I could grow, that I could feed them. They can chomp on the leaves, but also that will vine along here. So as you can see, some of them are already starting to head that way to give them a little bit more shade. We had a tree here that we lost in a hurricane. That was really nice. You can hear our show pigs over there. But anyways, we have some parsley because I can't get enough parsley, some parsleying, and different things over here. These I think are, I can't remember what these are called. Starts with a V. It just left me. And then we have some, I tried to start some calamine, and I am just not good at starting it. So if anybody has some tips on calamine, please tell me, and do not keep your secrets. Please share them. Look, I have some calamine. Some of it came up. I don't know. I think they're just so sensitive because I swear I saw calamine coming up in my first garden I showed you, and that just disappeared. So that is our last one. And I think I've covered most of our garden. Oh, I have to show you guys. I have some things special growing in the garden. I keep forgetting to tell you. Our blueberries are also coming in really nicely. Look at that. So we have blueberry bushes that go all the way around our garden. We've lost quite a few in the past years. Holy cow. Excuse me. So whenever we lose a blueberry bush, I try to come and replace them. And the blueberry bushes that we've been replacing with just aren't taking. So I don't know why, but we got those. And right over here, here is our passion fruit vine that I have growing right here. And it grew up into this tree, and now it's trailing down. And look at how beautiful this is. My husband, thankfully, as he was trimming this tree, I completely forgot to tell him, be careful, because I'd be very upset if he cut my vine. So I have yet to harvest any of these. We have a ton. I'm just waiting for them. I guess when they're ready, they fall off the vine. They get kind of wrinkly and they start changing color. At least that's what I understand. But if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong and tell me what I should be looking for. So those are really fun. We also have some butterfly weed back here. It's always fun to grow or to watch the butterflies grow into butterflies, and the whole process. The kids love watching that. And I think I've covered everything in the garden. Please, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And the more questions, the better, because not only does it help me, it also helps our community of followers to see questions that are answered already. Or if you want to share what you're growing in your garden, share it there as well. I'd love to hear what you guys are growing or what you're successful with this fall and going into the winter. And I know it's kind of soon, but I'd love to know your plans for spring. So please don't hold it back, and make sure that you share them with me, and we'll be in touch soon. I also want to show you guys my Christmas cactus. Look how pretty it is. I brought it inside because we have some cold nights, and I know I don't want to leave this outside if we get a freeze, even close to a freeze. The succulents don't even like the cold 40s, so I wanted to make sure I brought this in so it's protected, because we still have tons of blooms on it. And I want to say this is my 3rd year having it, and I've been propagating from it. So we wait all year for these blooms. And this year it bloomed on New Year's instead of Christmas. They call it a holiday cactus, and that's true because I've even had it bloom on Thanksgiving before. So it's just neat to see how that all works and see the beauty in it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop them in the comments.